Welcome to another hour of Military Hour. We have a very special guest with us this morning. We have Mr. David Shaw, retired Air Force. David is going to be telling us about the Missing in America project. Welcome, David. I'm glad you took time to come in today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us about MIAP and what you and your brothers and sisters in arms just accomplished for this project.
Well, I'm a member of American Legion Post 392. I'm an American Legion Rider. And one of my riding brothers, Mitch Brock, went to the convention and came back and told me about the Missing in America project. And what we do, or what the Missing in America project do, is identify and inter unclaimed remains, cremated remains of American veterans. Now, when he told me about this, I thought it was a huge foul that there would be any veteran that served their country unclaimed sitting on a shelf. So we started doing some research, found out about MIAP. You can go to their website, www.miap.us. And I read about them and got real involved. Started talking to Kathy Church, who is our state representative, and we decided to do a fundraiser. So what we did a gun raffle. We raffled off 3 guns on the 4th of July. We raffled off an AR-15, 1911, and a Remington 870 shotgun. Well, after all our costs and everything, our proceeds was $10,000.
That is fantastic.
All that money will go to the Missing America Project, finding, locating veterans, their families, because spouses and family are also eligible under this program, and interring them in a national cemetery where they belong because they served for our country.
Absolutely. It's an honorable thing. It's a necessary thing. And for you and American Legion Post 392 to step up and take the bull by the horn, so to speak, for the Panhandle area, I can't thank you enough, because it's appalling to think that we have veterans' cremains sitting on shelves in funeral homes that have been unclaimed.
And people would not understand the numbers we're talking about. The Missing in America Project has visited 1,987 funeral homes and found over 13,000 cremains. Of those cremains, 3,000 of them were identified as veterans. And as of today, we've interned 2,772. That includes 120 in Florida last year alone.
Those are significant numbers. Now, I understand and I'm going by memory, which isn't very good these days. I'm getting older. But I understand some of those cremains are back into like the late 1800s.
Yes, they found 2 brothers that had served in the Civil War together, and they were located in the early 1900s. I believe it was 1908 and 1912. I'm not sure those exact dates.
Right.
But they were located. Their bodies had not been claimed. They had been cremated. And the Missing America Project had them interned up at Arlington National Cemetery.
That's fabulous. That is fabulous. What an honor. And thankfully so. I don't know if any of their descendants were able to make that.
That I don't know. I know the story's out on the website, and you can, like I said, you can go visit the website.
Yeah. Give them that address again.
www.miap.us.
.us.
One of the really significant things I found out is when this first started, most of the cremains are found in cardboard boxes. It's a plastic bag in a cardboard box. There was a gentleman over in Jacksonville, and there's a small video on the website about him, who found out about that. And he was, like the rest of us veterans, appalled. He's retired Air Force as well. So he went out and he made urns, wooden urns, had them stamped and everything. Well, Steinway Pianos found out about that. Steinway now donates, free of charge, all their wood for the urns. They ship him 150 pounds of quality wood every time he does an order.
That's
and
fantastic.
he makes the urns. So all the urns in the MIAP vaults are now made by him, and all the wood is donated by Steinway.
That's fabulous. Now, that's a big supporter, and there are many big supporters of the organization. Now, the organization initially started in 2007. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty new to the
Oh, thank you.
organization. I've just started working with them. Like I said, we found out about this through our national convention, and we started working. They are a 501c nonprofit organization.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So everything is you can go and check everything out. It's just appalling to me that there would be anybody. We did have one of our members' daughters was working as an intern, and we've already got 3 cremains identified as veterans here in Bay County.
Here in Bay County.
So what we want to do is we want to get, because of the cost of transportation and everything,
Sure.
we're trying to keep that down to a minimum. So we're going to try and locate between 10 and 20 remains and have a service. When we have that service, we're going to have it at our American Legion post because it's veterans honoring veterans. And then we will transport them to either Pensacola or Tallahassee.
Okay, I got
And
you. To Barrancas.
To Barrancas, and then there's a new national cemetery up in Tallahassee as well. So we're going to split between the two because we want to kind of keep it as a panhandle thing.
Right, sure, understandable. But that is just fabulous, the work, and it's a necessary work, you know.
And it's a lot of work, and we need volunteers. And you can get a hold of us down at the American Legion, or you can email me at david.shaw1230@gmail.com.
One more time.
david.shaw1230@gmail.com.
All right, folks, get involved.
Let me know what we're looking for. You have to sign up through the website, but we're going to have people having to put information in the databases. Because once we identify that there are cremains, we have to take all their information, put it in a database, and it's sent up to Washington, where they identify whether they're a veteran or not, and
Right.
what they are eligible for. Because they have to be honorably discharged.
Of course.
So we go through all the paperwork. You know, we do all the paperwork. Plus, another thing that we do is we try to find relatives. You know.
Yeah, to notify next
yes,
of kin.
a lot of these veterans are homeless, which is another sad thing.
Very, very
And
sad.
their families may not know they have passed, and their remains are sitting. So we go out and we try to find the next of kin. If we can't, we put in a notice in the newspaper, and you know we try to we'd make every effort to identify the next of kin.
Right.
So
No, that's just terrific. Yeah, and if you go to the website, there is a place where you can actually make a donation.
yes,
It's
there
called
is.
Bury a Hero.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
And that's if you don't have the time to help us, the money will help. It costs approximately $50, I believe, is what they
yeah,
say.
that's what I read. Was
per
$50.
sets of remains to get them interned, and that's just the paperwork and everything. That's not
Right.
the transportation. That's just the minimum, you know. And we have a lot of people that are wanting to help, so hopefully we'll be able to get this moving. And our end result is when we contact all these funeral homes in Bay County. If they get a set of cremains that they don't know, they'll call us.
Right.
We won't have to go call in on them. And then once we're done with Bay County, we want to reach out to District 1, which is Panama City, Pensacola, Fort Walton, and have them start picking up so that we can find veterans and clean up Florida.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
you know,
Absolutely necessary.
you know,
Absolutely.
yes, it's a nationwide, but this is our home, and this
Sure.
we want to clean up our little corner of the world.
Yep. Well, again, I can't thank you enough for stepping up and taking the bull by the horns and leading this effort, because more than an honorable effort, and it's necessary. Just
Well,
absolutely
like I tell
necessary.
everybody, it's not just me. It's everybody.
Yeah.
We've had an amazing outpouring. When I first came up with the gun raffles, Dandy Ridge Rifles out in Callaway, they built a gun for us and had it Cerakoted in the American flag. It was beautiful. You didn't get to see it.
I did.
You know, they gave us everything at their cost. They didn't make a dime off of us. So that helped out a lot. Well, one of our members found out about it, and he donated the next 2 weapons.
Fabulous.
So what we got off of those was 100% profit. I mean, people find out about this and nobody really knew that this was going on. And when you tell people, it's just amazing the remarks you hear is like, how does that happen? You know, and it's true. How does that happen? If you served in the military and served your country, there's no way you should be forgotten.
Absolutely correct. And that is why this is so important, to ensure that they're found and they are not forgotten. They are properly interred with the honor that they deserve.
And that's why I think you hit on that perfect, the honor that they deserve. I mean, they served their country, and we owe it to them to have an honorable burial.
Exactly right. They wrote that blank check.
Yes.
Up to and including their life.
Yes,
so
sir.
How can we not honor them? And it's about veterans helping veterans. And I'm going to coin a phrase that a man that we all love and affectionately call GOAT, it's not about the applause, it's about the cause. So none of us are in any of the veteran service for attaboys and pats on the backs. We do it because we love our brothers and our sisters, and we do want to honor their service.
And that's exactly right. And since becoming involved in the American Legion family, I've found that is a huge, everybody identifies with helping each other out, whether it be the Lynn Haven Post, the Southport Post, our town post, the beach post. We help each other.
Right.
It's just a huge family. The people I've met since I've been involved with the American Legion has just amazed me.
Yep.
And what people will do for people.
Well, yeah, you put out a work call, guess what? Boom, they're there. If you need help, boom, they're there.
Yeah, it's like our post, we do a hot seat run for the hospice.
Yep.
And that's another one of our huge that we give to Bay County. And it's veterans, again, just helping the community. And, a lot of the veterans get out of the military, and you have that sense of structure. And when you get out of the military, you no longer have that sense of structure. And they come to these veteran organizations like AMVETS, VFW, American Legion, and they start to find that structure again.
And the camaraderie.
And the camaraderie. And it helps. I mean, you see people that were lost, and all of a sudden they're found again.
Yeah.
And they want to help. And you get a situation like the Missing America Project, where, hey, now I have a purpose again. And you have these veterans that are retired they're sitting around and they have no structure, and it helps them.
Yeah, it does help. And I say it kind of like this as well. You go into a post like Legion 392, which also is my home post, and I'm a Legion rider as well. But the sense that you get is like, I'm home. It's a safe place for veterans, and you have like-minded people there.
And it's not just we travel around the state. We do a big ride down to Crystal River. We walk into their post. I've been there 4 times, and they know my name.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You go, oh, you guys are the guys from Panama City. They remember us. And you're part of the family as soon as you walk in, and it's amazing.
Yeah. And 392 is known very well locally, but a lot of people don't know it very well in the state, and it's getting to be the nation as well.
Yes, sir.
Just
in
right
fact,
here.
We own the largest riders group in the state of Florida with 201 riders.
Woo.
And we just won, as a riders group, the large riders for the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So, yes, we're doing great things over there. Not to say the other posts aren't, because they are.
Right.
Over 4th of July, I think I talked to all 3 sister posts, and all of them were involved with something with the community.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was.
And I think all of them participate in what's known as the Legacy Run, not to get off on a different deal or project that Legion does, but that's another one that's phenomenal.
Yes, the Legacy Run, and I haven't had the honor of going on one, but I definitely plan on going on one this year.
I haven't either. I'm planning this year.
But it's all about getting a scholarship for veterans' children. Because, again, it's a veterans helping veterans. And we all love to ride, and we found a niche where we can help. And the biker community in itself gives so much. A lot of people see the bikers, and you see the beard, and you see the leather, and the loud bikes. And
we don't have to shave anymore, so
they're kind of intimidated. But you tell you what, you go up and talk to these guys. These guys have the biggest hearts.
Yeah.
And we're the first
and
person.
wallets.
Yes.
Then they'll give the money.
We're the first people to go, let's do something, raise some money. You see us out riding
Amen.
in pack, 90% of the time, we're riding for a cause. So,
Absolutely, and it's ongoing. Well, I mentioned to you earlier about that little girl, Nave Carpenter, that was burned in the fire. And of course, there's going to be fundraisers for that child because she's now up in Boston. But those are the things that veterans and veterans organizations do, whether it's AMVETS, Legion, VFW. They're all involved with giving back to the community.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, because we've been given much, we want to give back much as we can, when we can.
Yeah.
So, and it's just something I would wish that every American would be involved in some way, shape, or form, not only to help veterans, but your community.
Well, a lot of people don't understand also, you don't have to be a veteran to be a member of these groups. You can be the son of a veteran or a daughter of a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution.
Yep.
And so she's involved with that. We have the auxiliary at our post. We have the Sons of the American Legion. They're very huge and involved. We've got the 40 and 8 in the state. They're very involved. And you can get out and get involved, even if you just come out and enjoy our company. I mean, this Friday we're having our bike night, which is open to the community. We have, it's just basically a fellowship with all the bikers. We have live music.
I was going to say, got to be some music, right?
Neil James is playing for us.
Oh, good deal, yeah.
He's one of our local artists that is amazing, and he comes out and he supports veterans. Terry Brock is another one of our locals that comes out. Ben Walker, I could name them. All these musicians that come out and play, and they play at a very reduced rate for us. A lot of them donate the money back when it's a good cause, and they come out and they support us. There's many a times, I don't know if you know who Terry Brock is, obviously, but a lot of your viewers might not, but he's pretty well known in the world.
Yeah, in the music world,
You come in the music world, and you come to our post for one of our Legion events, and he's standing the flag line. He's standing out there, shoulder to shoulder with the veterans, holding the flag. He's a very honorable man, just like the rest of us.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's amazing to see these people doing this for us.
It is, and another thing about Terry, he's got a good sense of humor too. I mean, so as does Neil James, and pretty much all of them that I've met. But that kind of goes along with the military too. We know the seriousness of life and death, but we kind of lightheartedly we'll poke and prod each other a little bit, but it's out of love. It's never out of animosity or anything like that. So when I tell you were in the chair force, well, it's just a fact.
Well, a lot of people don't understand. I can give you a hard time about being in the Army.
Yeah, I understand.
We give the Navy a hard time. The Navy gives the Marine Corps a hard time. The Marine Corps gives the Air Force a hard time. But you can't ever give any of us a hard time, because we will stand together.
There you go. Amen, brother. That is for sure. Well, let's give the web address one more time, because I don't want to mess it up.
It's www.miap.us.
.us.
And if you want to go to volunteer, you can go on there. There's a site there's a place on there where you can volunteer, and you have to do a quick training that they can give you over the phone. You have to fill out a couple of forms for insurance purposes and all. And there's a certain script that we want people to use when they approach trying to find the cremains. Mm-hmm. But if you're not comfortable approaching for the cremains, we need data entry. We need all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, you can get a hold of me at david.shaw1230@gmail.com and let me know you're interested in helping, and we'll try and get you involved. And this program, we're looking at big things for it here in Bay County and the Panhandle.
Well, I certainly hope so. Now, I'm going to, as a brother, tell you and promise you I am going to join and support, and I'm going to make the donation, and I encourage anybody and everybody, just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a need and a problem that shouldn't exist, but it does.
Like I said, I was appalled when I found out about it. And
it breaks my heart to even think about it.
And I wish it could be a full-time job, but I have a full-time job, so I'm putting a lot of time and effort into it, and I'm looking for big things in this program.
Yeah. If people knew the real time that we do put in, they'd go, nah, you don't do that. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
hours rack up pretty
my
quickly.
weekend this weekend entailed sitting at Harley Davidson selling raffle tickets for 2 days, sitting at the post selling raffle tickets. I mean, my weekend, while everybody was out on the beach or out on the boat having a good time, I was working for the program. And it wasn't just me. You mentioned Goat. Goat was there with me the whole time of the Harley dealer. John Gillette, another one of our members, spent the whole time. Michelle Van spent the time with us. And it's because it's something we really, truly believe in.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's the heart of a veteran, and veterans helping veterans. And talking about Goat, that's what we call him, Mike Kirchhoff, tireless, and his wife Tina, tireless veteran supporters. I mean, I don't know how they do it.
Oh, I don't either.
I mean,
in fact,
I stay busy, but I think they got everybody I know beat hands down.
Yeah, and I have to give it to Tina. Was up in Tallahassee all week on another one of our American
Girls
Legion,
State,
working with the Girls State. I mean, so we don't just work with veterans. We work with veterans' children. We work with girls and boys clubs. We do a lot in the community, and that's what we're here for. We're giving back. We
there you go.
We continue to serve.
See, yeah, and that's the thing. And I've said this. I don't know that I've ever mentioned it to you, but I have been given much, been through a lot. All I want to do is I want to finish out well, giving back. Yes. I just want to give back. I don't need any attaboys or any of that stuff. Just want to help where I can, when I can, how I can.
Yeah.
Whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's mileage going to and from, doesn't matter.
Well, that's a big one that you just mentioned is time. A lot of people don't have the cash where they can go out and donate, but it doesn't cost a lot to give a few hours here or there to come out. We did a lot for various charities this year. I can't even begin to name them all. The poker runs that we do on the weekends. Little kids that have cancer, we did
Covenant
run
Care,
for them. Covenant
the
Care,
hospice.
the hospice. We found a little boy that had cancer. We brought them Christmas this year. Yeah. We had 25 bikes right up to his house with presents for him and his sisters because the family couldn't afford it.
Just had a young lady. Now I'm not going to remember the daughter's name, but the mother, Billy. This little girl had it in her heart to collect and send toothbrushes, I think, and
yeah, we had a toothbrush box at the post,
and that little girl, I think, got 700 of them, where she could distribute them. And I heard, you know what she wants to do when she grows up? She wants to help people.
Yeah,
I mean, this kid's about 7 years old.
Yeah.
So out of the mouths of babes.
And that's because she had good upbringing by her parents.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Another one that we did this year was we also did a scholarship for a young lady in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
We just gave that out.
Oh yeah.
And that was because that was for one of the Dylan Corbin who passed away on a motorcycle. And of course, us being riders wanted to do something, and we wanted to do it military related.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think that was fabulous. You guys even went all the way out to the house. I couldn't make that.
I couldn't make the ride either, and I heard it was pretty interesting with the dirt road she lives on. Getting the bikes turned around.
Yeah, with my short legs and my big Harley, that would have been fun for me. But hey, if you've never dropped one, you will.
Yeah.
Probably more than once.
And again, that was just another one of those. We saw a hole, and we wanted to do something, and because Dylan was a member.
Crying shame.
He was one of our biker communities, so we joined together, and all the bike clubs in town did that as a group. It wasn't one group that did it; it was a whole group. And
and that's really the good thing too. The way not only Legion riders or all the riders, but everybody comes together, and everybody gets along, and they work toward the same goal of whatever it is that the need is that's being met. I mean. Not just Christmas when they do the toy run. I mean, this is constantly there's something.
And that's the one everybody.
On.
That's the one everybody hears about.
Yeah.
Is the toy run.
Yeah.
And that is a great thing.
Oh yeah.
But that's just a small drop in the bucket of what we do
compared to everything else. And all the VSOs getting along together. I mean, it can't get any better than that. When you got Legion helping Legion, and the VFWs and AMVETs, and everybody's working together. And you know how it is. Most of us are members, or all of them anyway. So, how can you not? Sometimes some people might go, hey, I haven't seen you in a month. Where you been? But, oh, okay, you'll see me.
We're just like, it's in the military. You can be gone from somebody for 20 years and you see them out and it's like no time has ever passed.
Pick right up where you left off. Absolutely
and
correct.
I know it's a military thing because
a military and close family, and that's another thing that as a motto, 392 when it was started and shortly thereafter came up with family matters, be a part of ours.
Yeah.
Man, it don't get any better than that, does it? Everybody ought to use that motto, family matters, be a part of ours.
And we are one big family.
Absolutely. Yep. So. Sometimes you love me, sometimes you hate me, but hey, I'm in the family.
Oh yeah. We're just like any other family. We have our arguments with each other,
but they're civil arguments.
Yes.
It's like we get it worked out. No big deals there. And that's another thing. We have learned how to, through the military, how to get along and be a little more objective. Listen to your brother. Listen to your sister. You might want to try and walk in those shoes while you're walking in yours, and maybe you can get to come together on that level field, and the hearts meet, and you can work together to make something else work better. Yeah. So that's the key.
Now, like I said, this project that I'm working on now, the Missing America Project, it's not going away, and we'd love to have anybody who wants to help come out. We do plan on having a huge memorial once we get all these people together, and this isn't going away. This is going to just grow.
Yeah, hallelujah.
And
I hope so.
We want it just start in Bay County and spread throughout the whole Panhandle, because right now there's been a national cemetery down south and one in Jacksonville. Nothing has been done in the Panhandle, and that's why we're kicking this off and taking it over. And yes, we are right now the head because we started it, but that doesn't mean every group can't help.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Well, you got the Sons support. I saw VFW supports. Obviously, American Legion supports. So, there's some big corporate
there's
supporters.
A big corporate sponsors.
So, yeah, I expect to see this thing just mushroom, and maybe we can put an end to this problem. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, like I said, my goal would be when these funeral homes get a set of cremains, instead of us going out and having to search for them, they come to us.
This is as important as POW MIA.
Yes.
Because we still have MIAs and probably may still have some POWs alive.
These are missing souls.
Right.
They're missing souls. Until we get them laid to rest, they're missing souls.
Exactly right. And we need to continue, and you heard me say it earlier, now some of us old guys are ready for you young guys to here you go, take it.
I'm glad you consider me young.
Well, yeah, I'm older than you might think. Anyways, but it's just your time. These guys have come back now from the OEF, IF, all that, Desert Storm. Yeah, it's your time.
And that's the other thing I've been seeing a lot. I remember growing up in the military and people talking about the VFW and the AMVETS and all, and you go and it'd be a bunch of old guys sitting around.
Oh.
And it's not that way anymore.
No.
We have a lot of active duty members, and
Yeah, and a lot of organizations are now getting them, which is good.
And they're seeing that our community, our organizations, isn't just for the retired.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to be a retired member to come out and become part of a lot.
Right. And it's a safe place, and it's not just lip service.
Yeah.
The posts are actually doing service and helping the community. So.
And I like our post that we police ourselves. We don't put up with a whole lot. I mean, you come to our post, you're walking into our home. So
there you go.
We ask you to. You conduct yourself as if you were in someone's home.
Amen, brother.
And it's really nice that when you do that.
That reminds me. Now, as a writer, we do some things occasionally. We'll stop at a place. And I stopped at a place and I saw they had one rule. If you're nice, you can stay. If you're not, get out.
Yeah.
So I like them simple like that. That's it. That's the only rule I have. We are just about to run out of time. Brother David, the Rattler Shaw, thank you again
Well,
from
thank
the
you for
bottom of
having
my
me.
heart.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And you're welcome back anytime. Give us updates on what's going on.
Yes, sir.
And
I sure
you're
will.
going to be the boss. I'm going to volunteer, so I'll do what you tell me to do.
Okay, thank
Fair
you very
enough?
much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.